Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sticking with it this weekend and through the previous weekends. It's really cool that with all the restrictions over the past year, we were still able to come together on some way or another, thanks to all the hard work by the FAISH committee. So yesterday we spoke about light in your outdoor photos. Today, just to finish things off, I want to make one final short video with a couple of tips and tricks for indoor lighting. Again, this series is just focused on smartphone photography, but of course for those of you who are interested in using other types of cameras like a DSLR, there's a whole world of flash photography and studio lights out there. But today, we're just going to talk mostly about natural light. As always, the main thing I want you to take away from this is an understanding of where the light is coming from. So to start with, the best light you can use is from big windows, as the light from a window is much softer, so it makes for a great photo. Window light can be modified directly by adjusting the amount of light you let in. So for example, you have the option of placing a translucent material across the window to serve as a sort of diffuser, which reduces the light intensity and reduces the contrast, and it helps to create even softer silhouettes. We spoke about how shooting at midday can be quite difficult outdoors, and it often results in very harsh and unflattering photos. But midday light looks fantastic indoors, and you can place your subject in front of a curtained window, for example, to get the most flattering results, especially if the light is coming from the side. So depending on how much light you have coming from the outside, you might want to switch off electronic or artificial light. And what I mean is if you have enough light coming from the outside, because this way you can just use the natural light fully to your advantage. Natural and electric light doesn't always mix well, and it can throw off the color of your photos, so especially skin tones can look odd when artificial light mixes with natural light. I want to give you a quick example with something that's not portrait photography for once. So here are a couple of shoots of food just taken with my iPhone. Just by shooting next to a big window, I think there's a very pleasant soft light on the image that works really well to show off your food photography. One final thing, I usually avoid using the flash on the phone. If you want to take a photo in a very dark scene and you just don't have any other way of getting light in, go for it. Use the flash. But if you think about the flash as a direct light source that's pointing right at the subject from a very small source, it creates quite unflattering images and shadows, similar as if you had the sun right behind you. So if you're using a flash like this, which you would use with other cameras like a DSLR, there are lots of ways to use it to your advantage and to kind of bounce it off a wall, for example, or to take it off the camera. Or you have lots of options, but with a smartphone it's very hard to adapt the light or the flash. So that's all for this weekend. I hope you've picked up some tips and tricks that will take your photography forward, and I look forward to chatting to you again on Zoom tomorrow.
Idiota, Mittelerte Hüllentonne, sette Hose, sette Voig, Mittelerte Hüllentonne, sette Voig, Voig. Mittelerte Hüllentonne, sette Hose, sette Voig, Mittelerte Hüllentonne, sette Voig, Voig. Kette Vignes Gorsk, Kette Vitte Gorsk, Kette Vignes Gorsk, kjenning hit på seg. Kette Vignes Gorsk, Kette Vitte Gorsk, Kette Vignes Gorsk, kjenning hit på seg. Mittelerte Hüllentonne, sette Hose, sette Voig, Mittelerte Hüllentonne, sette Voig, Voig. Mittelerte Hüllentonne, sette Hose, sette Voig, Mittelerte Hüllentonne, sette Voig, Voig. Porseligarido, 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 Mittelerte Hüllentonne, sette Hose, sette Voig, Mittelerte Hüllentonne, sette Voig, Voig. Mittelerte Hüllentonne, sette